Salutations. I sat down for an hour and a half and watched this godforsaken movie.
FBI, open up!
2020 isn't a new year, but it certainly has new problems. No, let's say that we strip the entirety of sexually exploited kids from the situation. Let's say that this movie was clean, and we are now left with just the writing and the story. I can't even call it a good movie just because of the god-awful pacing they used. This 1 hour and 30-minute duration movie felt like 3 hours just because the scenes didn't lead anywhere. There was no progression for the plot or the characters. You could have cut 90% of the movie out and it would have made just as much sense. They give you an hour of uncomfortably sexual scenes, and then the remaining time is used to quickly tie up this wholesome ending. But it's not wholesome or meaningful because it's constantly overshadowed by the fact that you had close-ups of children's asses. The movie is no longer a coming-of-age story. Now it's just simply a fresh ground that pedophiles can gather and feel validated on. Maybe that was the entire point of the movie. Maybe it was just a device to kind of illuminate the people that we need to have a seat with. I found many others defending the movie for various reasons. People feel like they have to point out the message of the movie as if it wasn't already blatantly obvious. They also kind of like to use the whole,
"Why are you criticizing and hating the movie when you probably haven't even seen it? You're missing the whole meaning of what it's like to be growing up as a little girl, trapped in the conventions of Muslim culture. You're just obviously another one of those people who is looking for things to cancel because it's 2020 and that's what people do for fun these days."
everybody already knows that they sexually exploited kids, so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you watched the movie or not. Most of us are already aware that, yes, sexualizing kids is bad. Who would have thought? But the director for some reason felt like she had to spoon-feed this message to us, while also exploiting kids in the process. I smell hypocrisy. Going to comment on one of the defenders of the movie, a particular YouTuber by the name of Mr. Girl, who defends the movie in a very concerning way.
Hi, cuties.
We're off to a great start.
Guess what I just watched? So, if you're not familiar, Cuties is a film that Netflix just bought. People are more, I think, in my opinion, sanely saying it's exploitative. It's exploiting children. Even if you're making a movie that's about the exploitation of children, you could do it in a way that does not exploit children.
Yeah, you can illustrate why animal abuse is bad by abusing an actual dog.
She made this film that has sparked some controversy. Maybe not so much the film itself, but a poster that Netflix made to promote it. As you can see, it's a bunch of 11-year-old girls dancing provocatively. Now, people said that this was Netflix sexualizing children.
People are saying that it's sexualizing children. I think it's because it is.
And that it's, the pedophile left.
The pedophile left. Is this about lefts and rights now? When did this become political?
It's a solid film. It's a good movie. Definitely better than most movies.
What?
Right off the bat, just first impressions regarding the controversy. This film does try to make you sexually aroused by 11-year-olds. And I'll say it's not bad at it. It's not a total failure in that regard, at least for me. Your mileage may vary.
That made me want to tear off my ears. I don't have any mileage.
I want to say that if you are concerned about people treating this as child pornography, there are probably thousands of people masturbating to this film as we speak.
As far it's basically, and I'll put some shots and I'll probably include footage throughout the whole review, but yeah, as far as like sexy music videos go, it's not bad.
Oh, why?
Are we live? Is this live? Oh, trigger warning. Honesty.
We can tell you're impeccably honest about your relationship with kids. Would you like a golden star with children's tears on the side?
I think that the film is kind of roping you into the discussion of the sexualization of children by sexualizing children and by making you complicit in that, because the camera forces you to ogle these 11-year-old girls.
Maybe you should have been the cameraman.
And so let's put the morality of that aside
I'd rather keep my morality close to my chest, thank you.
and just take her art at face value.
Oh, an appreciator of the arts. Yeah, just call anything art and it becomes justifiable. I didn't murder your dog, I just turned him into art.
It's pretty interesting to be forced to do something that you're uncomfortable with.
You ever look at someone and wonder what could be going on inside their head?
And to have to grapple with what role you're playing in the creation of the culture that these girls are participating in.
That's a very interesting and fancy way of saying you like to fuck kids, my guy.
And it's real. It's very realistic. I don't know if you've ever heard of the app TikTok.
Where are we going with this?
There's some pretty interesting stuff on there that I've checked out, and I recommend you check it out. Girls of all ages are dancing and guys are dancing like this.
Hide the children.
I listen to everybody saying these things, and I think we just sound the same as like old fogies did in the 50s and 60s.
This man is scraping the bottom of the barrel just to find any way to justify his pedophilia.
So it's interesting to be kind of held accountable by the film, or maybe just informed. I don't know.
I don't think anyone's arriving at your door to inform you that children are sexy. Sorry, buddy. Please let this man never have kids. I promise you'll be doing humanity a favor.
She holds back the audience reaction until the very end, and you see a lot of people going, oh, this is making me uncomfortable, as these girls are doing increasingly provocative and increasingly sexual dance moves, almost to the point where it starts to feel surreal when they're like wiping their hands on their crotches. I think from the back,
Please, no! No!
if memory serves. I'll have to watch it again and again and again.
Ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
I think that it does give you a lot to talk about and a lot to think about, and it doesn't exactly tell you where to land on how appropriate this dancing is, and how do we... Children are horny.
Can you repeat that?
Little girls are horny, and they want to express that. There's a scene where she tries to strip for her father to get him to give her his phone. She steals his phone, and she's trying to get him to let her keep it. She starts taking her pants off, and he ignores it and is like, what the fuck are you doing? She responds by taking a picture of her vagina and posting it on Instagram.
No, that's not why. And that's also not her dad, that's her cousin. Again, I know you partially watched the movie for the more important parts, right? Look, I'm aware that the movie did a terrible job with pacing and the context, but during this point in the movie, she was seeking validation. She was a lot more aware of the physical differences between a child and adult, due to all the exposure from the crew. She thought that posting the image would make people see her in a more mature way.
Even the girls themselves freak out about their own sexuality in a way where one of the girls finds a condom and is pretending, she thinks it's a balloon. She blows it up and is pretending it's her breast. And then the other girls realize that she's playing with a condom, and they say, it's going to give you AIDS, you're going to die. And then they start scrubbing her tongue with soap. And it's like, it's just a great metaphor for the way that kids want to be sexual and are all about it.
I'm sure you enjoyed that great metaphor.
Kind of gives you this jumbled portrait of all the different ways that we respond to the sexuality of young girls. And it juxtaposes these amazing scenes where it's like you'll see the girls playing on a bed where they're stuffing gummy bears in their mouths and they're just totally children. And then you'll see them shaking their booties on this stairway as they make this viral video, and they're pretty hot.
They're pretty hot.
And you know, you can say whatever you want about me. It's not my fault. I didn't make them do that. They did that.
Oh, officer, I hope you understand. It's not my fault I killed that woman. She's the one that made me angry.
Fucking take responsibility.
That's the point. That's the whole point of the movie. Is that you're supposed to be sitting there thinking,
They're pretty hot.
look at the blonde one. You're supposed to be sitting there holding these two thoughts in your head, and one that these are kids, and the other that they're hot. Now, is it exploitative? Yes, definitely. These kids are 11, so they don't really understand what they're doing. Should parents allow their children to be in films like this? I guess I would say yes.
Was it exploitative? Yes. Would I let my daughter do it? Yes.
I think the whole thing, the title, Cuties, it's a great title because we already sexualize children. When we
What?
tell a child that they're cute, we are telling them that they're attractive. And attractiveness is only one thing. It's sex.
So when I call my cat cute, it instantly means I want to fuck her? Makes sense to me.
We're already constantly telling little girls, especially little girls, how pretty and how cute they are.
When is God coming back? Is he ever coming back? And what is this we? Why is he saying we? And there is no we, there's only you.
I was gonna say as long as you stop before porn or child porn, but I don't think I've never seen child porn, but I don't.
The one time he couldn't keep a straight face.
At school, she is called a slut because she posts a picture of her vagina on Instagram, which I had this like kind of defensive reaction as I was saying this. Like whoever you are watching this, you're gonna be like, well, of course she did, but like, why? I don't. Posting a picture. I've posted pictures of my dick all over the place.
I've posted pictures of my dick everywhere. Of course you have. Why? Why wouldn't have you?
It's just interesting that like we're more okay with a 11-year-old girl doing drugs or stealing or hurting somebody than we are with her taking a picture of her vagina and posting it on the internet, which could lead to something harmful, but in and of itself is not really doing anything.
Since when? I think all of those are the opposite of good. I don't know about you, buddy, but I don't think anybody thinks that. When have you seen anyone be okay with a child doing drugs?
Anything I got from it, a lot of it is things I already think, so it kind of helped me ruminate on beliefs I already have. But if you're probably more conservative and you go through life thinking, no, girls are not sexual, girls are cute, and then when they turn 18 then they become sexy or whatever. I don't know, whatever bullshit you tell yourself.
They're like Pokemon. Once they get to a certain level, they just evolve into the sex machine. Okay. Oh, my head hurts. For the rest of the video, he basically just defends the movie. He explains how good the movie is because it's feminist and politically correct and all that. Salutations. It's editing Jasp. I honestly stopped listening to his argument when he praised the feminist progressiveness for the movie. I get a slimy feeling from the way this guy talks. It felt like he was hiding behind the role of this feminist ally to use it as a shield for his blatant pedophilia. I can usually find some sort of value in someone's argument, and for most situations, I'm eager to listen with an open mind. But my willingness to validate his side just comes to a screeching halt when kids are involved. But yeah, that's my point on it. Be sure to drop a like if you liked it, dislike if you don't. If you're new to the channel and you're like, what is happening with your content right now? I used it as the place to occasionally upload a speed paint or two. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and until next time, that's about it for now. I'm gone.